My Calls, My Cleats. I know that there's just an opportunity for something special this week for you. Can you just tell us?
Yeah, my daughter Nikki is a senior in high school at Blue Valley Southwest, and she's a little artist, and I might be biased, but I think she's great. And she did Dustin's cleats for him for this thing, and they really came out great. And it's for Team Smile, and it's a good cause, and they're really nice, and I'm proud of her.
Along the same lines, Dustin being the Walter Payton Man of the Year award honoree for the Chiefs again, just what kind of work have you seen him do, and how much has that just impressed you from your time?
First of all, that's a heck of an honor right now, just alone. I mean, to be one of the 32 guys that get picked, to be a nominee is pretty awesome in itself. But Team Smile is probably the number one thing that he does. That really stands out, and it's really a great cause, and so good for kids. Around the whole country, really. But he does other things too. There's a lot of things that he does in the community, and he's just a great spokesperson for the whole team.
This is probably the expected question. Was the blocked punt like a fake, end up being like a miscommunication?
Yeah, really what it came down to. I mean, there was a lot of people that were at fault. We're not going to get into that, but there was a situation. Every game we go into, there's certain looks that we'll have automatic fake for, on punts, just like an offensive play. That was one of those situations where, the communication didn't get met, and we let a guy run free, and that's when you get blocked punt.
Coach,
it was ugly.
I'm sorry about that. Tannehill passed on 2 straight games with a block kick. How unique is that? Can you even recall the last time you saw something like that?
We had a bunch of kicks blocked in Chicago. We had a guy named Izzy Adonijay who was great, and a couple other guys, but that's the last time I remember. But still, I mean, that's pretty impressive to get 2 in a row. I mean, let alone just get 1 is hard, but he got a little groove with his little swim technique in that C gap. So, it's the NFL figures things out quick, though. So I'm sure we're not going to catch anybody by surprise going forward. But I mean, that's a heck of an effort by him the last 2 weeks.
Was that something he saw on film that was able to allow him to...
I mean, we have that call. I mean, we do it all the time. We practice it, and he's been close a bunch. But you don't really see it until it's blocked. But he's been close, and this time he got his hip through, and both times he got his hip through and got his hand up and just timed it up. Sometimes you're right there, and just the luck of the kick. Like Robbie Gould's kick against New Orleans. They had a guy standing right there, and the ball goes right by him, and Robbie makes it. He's a hero. So, I mean, you got to have a little bit of luck too on those blocks.
Was there a guy though that you thought, whether it's based on body type or skill set, that even going into the season that he might be able to get his hands on?
Yeah, I mean, he's what is he, 6'8", 6'7"? I mean, he's tall, he's powerful. He's a guy that we targeted to be that guy that could swim the gap and get tall and have a chance with his long arms to get it. And he's been working at it.
Sorry, Dave.
Go ahead.
I'm sure you're just taught to teach your guys just look at the goalposts. But how aware are you before you go to New England about their their ability to sort of mirror the goalposts based on where you're kicking?
That's just really a non-issue. I mean, Bucker has. I mean, NFL kickers are focused. They're not looking at things that are going on behind. Really, I mean, they get to this level. They cheer in crowds in college. I mean, it's the same thing they've been doing their whole life. So, really had no issue. It's really a non-issue to us.
I guess as a special team coach, is that a slight disrespect in some ways, just because
No,
you want?
not at all. Not at all. I mean, there's home field advantage. I mean, that's the way it is. It's no big deal, really. I mean, it's not one thing that we talk about at all.
Coach, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last week, but in week 12, there were a lot of special teams plays around the league. Onside kicks, a kicker catching a touchdown pass. When you talk to your guys, how much do you use what happened the week before to emphasize to your players?
That's a great question. We have a thing we call big plays, and every week we watch all the big plays that happen. When we learn from it, we learn from other people's mistakes. We learn from our mistakes, and we learn from big plays. And I think when guys see big plays, they want to do the same thing. So we really spend a lot of time on that every week. We watch every big play, and it's anything that was a teaching moment, we're going to show it, and we're constantly learning. And I think the smart special teams units are the good special teams units.
How much time do you spend on maybe preparing to defend a deal like the Dolphins did when they scored the touchdown?
We talk about it. We might practice one rep, in practice with it, just so we're not caught by surprise. because it's a copycat league. We talk about that all the time. If somebody does something that's successful, somebody else is going to do it too. So, we're always thinking ahead like that.
Couple more guys. McCall has been leading the fan voting for a return specialist for the Pro Bowl. And he hasn't had the big breakout return yet, but are you seeing teams really respecting him and trying to kick away from him?
There's no question. I mean, take a look at the punts and see the punts that we're getting. We're getting out of bounds punts. We're getting sideline punts. There's no question they respect him. They could see, the last time we played Denver, he had a really great return. That's the one that stands up in my mind because we're playing him, but he had a really good return that he did it. Yeah, he created a lot of stuff on his own. So teams see that. They don't want to kick to him. That's total respect.
With you being on the committee to change the kickoff rules, just in these last 2 years, how much have you sort of gathered ideas from other units? And how much have you sort of tried to meticulously build something that you're always
look. Yeah, that's a good question. You're always looking at other teams to see what they're doing, to see how they're attacking stuff. But I think the biggest thing that's changing is the onside kicks. Everybody came into this year saying they can't get the onside kick with the new rule. I think it's changing because coaches figure it out. They figure out how to beat it, and they, after time after reps, you're seeing more and more onside kicks being recovered. I knew that was going to be the case. I think the percentages are going to be right back to where they were. Maybe not this year, but next year probably.